This is a winter weather alert. You are watching 13 on your side.
The winter storm really stirring things up on Lake Michigan. Check out this drone footage from CDR Adventures of the Grand Haven South Pier and lighthouses. I mean, Michael, that is just, it almost looks like a movie. It doesn't look real.
Yeah, it looks like one of those movies where, like, if you were out on a ship, you were about to be in for a bad time.
Yeah. Not fun.
Not at all. And what impresses me most is the ice that we're starting to see form out there. You could see some of it along the pier. And just 2 weeks ago, I was over at the lakeshore doing a story about how we haven't had any ice, and, well, as they say, how the turntables have turned as we head into the start of this week. It wasn't all bad weather today, though. Lots of people got out to enjoy the snow before the bitter cold moved in. Ashley and Rockford had the furry friend out there. Deep snow trenches plowed out on their sidewalk. Not quite plowed here from Jamie out there with the deep snow and the dog almost disappearing down into it. Of course, it wasn't all fun and games either. The snow and the winds brought down some trees out there. We had power outages. This was from Mike in Spring Lake. But if you had to spend the day snowed in, why not take a photo shoot? This was from Jessica. Picture here of Piper out in the snow in Fremont. Of course, if the cold air moving in, it was best to get that fun in the snow done today, because tonight and tomorrow we are looking at some dangerous conditions out there. If you do take any photos across the region, though, you can always find me on social media. Meteorologist Michael Behrens on Facebook and at Mike Behrens WX on the X, Twitter, Instagram, and Threads. Highs today, they happened right after midnight last night. 20 Grand Rapids, 24 Muskegon, 10 in Kalamazoo. And those temperatures, well, they started the day sunrise in the teens. In fact, we only made it up to 13 during the daytime today. Told you 16, that's still in 3 degrees, bringing the current streak to 13 days in a row. When it comes to tomorrow, believe it or not, we've got more room to fall for our highs. That's why 13 weather ball is lit up in blue as cooler temperatures are in view, and that weather ball blinking bright with more snow in sight.
The 13 on your side weather ball, sponsored by LaFontaine Ford Grand Rapids.
And we're looking at temperatures this hour. We were talking about the dangerous levels of cold. We're staying inside, not just with the reporters, but away from the weather deck as well, because outside right now it is -4 here in Grand Rapids, -3 Ionia, -7 this hour in Kalamazoo. Muskegon protected for now by the proximity to the lake, but in Holland, you guys are at 2 degrees at this hour, and the wind chills make things even worse. Winds blowing in 5 to 15 miles per hour across West Michigan, pushing wind chill factors down into the -20s at this hour. It feels like -20 in Grand Rapids, approaching -30 in Kalamazoo. Frostbite could happen as little as 30 minutes, so make sure you cover up any exposed skin out there. Wind chill warnings for Kalamazoo and Calhoun County till noon tomorrow. Advisories in the teal, winter weather advisories in the purple as we head through tonight. Feels like temperatures through the next 48 hours not likely to make it out of the sub-zero range. It is going to be a bitter cold start to this week. We're also watching, of course, that lake effect snow. We're seeing some of those bands push through along US 31 west of 131. This will be a risk factor through tonight and really much of this week. Hour by hour forecast here shows bands of lake effect snow pushing through as we work our way through tonight and in toward Monday. The good news is these do limit themselves in coverage as we head throughout the day Monday, so it won't be as widespread and certainly not as heavy as what we saw this weekend, but the threat never really goes away. We're really just kind of adding about an inch or two every 12 hours, especially right along the lakeshore. We run the snowfall model out all the way through Wednesday. We could add another 4, 5, maybe even 6 inches in some spots to the totals that we've already seen so far. Certainly a snowy start to the week for some as well. Temperatures tomorrow, highs in the teens on the lakeshore, will be 14s across the West Michigan shoreline, 10 as we head up north. Look for a high of 12 Grand Rapids, 8 Kalamazoo. 13 on your side, 10-day outlook. We're looking at teens and single-digit lows through most of this week. Many of us could spend several nights below zero. Already there across the region tonight. It won't be till next week that we climb above freezing.
Michael, seems like just weeks ago we were bragging about how warm it was and how it didn't feel like winter. Yeah, definitely not bragging anymore.
You know, one of our behind-the-scenes guys, he said it was your guys' fault for asking me constantly, where's the snow?
Yeah,
where's winter?
Yeah, you're right.
There it is.
There it is. All right, thanks, Michael.